what if the umbrella falls? For decades, Europe relied on the presence of US troops, an archipelago of American bases stretching from the Arctic to the Black Sea.
No contact forward about 4 miles.
But now, with Washington signaling possible cuts, Europe faces a sobering question. Did it outsource its own defense too long? The US military operates a sprawling network of over 50 installations across Europe, each strategically placed, each playing a role that extends far beyond the continent itself. At the core of this structure are the air bases. Ramstein Air Base, Germany, the largest American community overseas, controls drone operations and supports missions across Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. RAF, Lakenheath, UK, home to the 48th Fighter Wing, has flown combat in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Libya. RAF Mildenhall, UK, supports air refueling across the entire theatre. Aviano, Italy, hosts the only US fighter wing south of the Alps, with rapid deployment facilities for airborne troops. Incirlik, Turkey, is central to operations over the Middle East and against terrorism, though its use depends on Ankara's approval. Mihail Kogalniceanu, Romania, is undergoing a $2.7 billion expansion to become NATO's largest European facility by 2030. On the seas, the US Navy operates from several critical naval installations. NSA, Naples, Italy, is home to the US Sixth Fleet and commands maritime strategy across Europe and Africa. Naval Station Rota, Spain, hosts 4 Aegis-equipped destroyers for missile defense. NSA Sounder Bay, Greece, offers the only pier in the Med capable of docking nuclear carriers. On land, the US maintains robust army garrisons. USAG Vicenza, Italy, houses the 173-round Airborne Brigade, ready for deployment to crises from Africa to the Middle East. USAG Stuttgart, Germany, is the nerve center for US operations in 51 countries, home to Special Ops Command Europe. And as missile threats evolve, so too has the US response. NSF Redzikowo, Poland, and NSF de Vesela, Romania, hosts Aegis ashore systems targeting missile risks from the Middle East. RAF Flyingdales, UK, provides early warning and space surveillance. RAF Menwith Hill, UK, serves as a global intelligence gathering hub, tapping into satellite communications and drone targeting. Pitofik Space Base, Greenland, the northernmost US outpost, track missile launch and space threats and hosts 150 personnel. The Landstuhl Regional Medical Center, Germany, meanwhile remains the largest overseas American hospital, treating over 205,000 US and Allied personnel annually. In total, around 84,000 US personnel are stationed across this system. They operate in permanent, strategically located facilities, forming a grid of global surveillance, missile defense, logistics, and rapid response capability. But all this is now at risk. On April 8, General Christopher Cavalli called Europe the first line of defense of our homeland. Just 1 day later, reports emerge of US troops cuts, starting with logistic personnel withdrawn from Jasionka, Poland. As many as 10,000 troops may soon leave from Poland and Romania. Retired US commanders are sounding alarms. Admiral James Fogo warns of a shift from global to regional power. Lieutenant General Ben Hodge says Russia would view it as abandonment. Lieutenant General Stephen Twitty fears it erases US strategic depth. But the greater worry may be this: Europe built little of its own. Despite a 30% increase in EU defense spending since 2021, the total still hovers around 1.9% of GDP, below NATO's 2% target. Europe's planned rapid deployment capacity fields just 5,000 troops, and the European Defence Fund remains modest at 7.3 billion euros. Fragmentation, underinvestment, and a habit of relying on the American shield now raise a final question. What if the umbrella falls? The US system may shrink, but unless Europe fills that space, what comes next may not be a gap, it may be a vacuum.